ever feel like you're not getting enough attention, I suggest driving a modern interpretation of an iconic 60s hippie-mobile in Venice Beach, ground zero for California's counterculture.
Back on the square steering wheel, and away up the street.
VW's all-electric Buzz concept, a resurrection of the microbus, gets a lot of love. But it's just one of 3 vehicles that the German car giant hopes will underpin a future based on electric driving and put a past propped up by dirty diesels and rigged emissions tests behind it. And the key to moving the conversation on is arresting design.
Really nice to see people being all excited about the cars, and I mean the microbus means so much to the people. I think from the history there's still so much in people's hearts, I think, and it totally shows, yeah.
This is the original ID concept. This is Volkswagen's attempt to show us it's shaken off the Dieselgate scandal and it's embraced electricity. This car was first shown at the 2016 Paris Auto Show, and it is going into production by 2019, but no plans to bring it stateside yet. It's very much concept. You can see that with the lighting across the front, lots of LEDs. If we come around the side, it has these huge, great blue wheels, but you can imagine the company could bolt on some regular size wheels, put on some side view mirrors here maybe, and this would be a viable concept to replace the Golf, the company's best-selling vehicle globally ever. This car with its automatic doors is the ID Crozz, that's C-R-O-Z-Z. And this will be the first car you can actually buy in the US. This one's still a concept, but you can start to see that there are a little more kind of production-ready hints on this one. Now, it's capitalizing on that demand, both for electric cars that Tesla has proven does exist out there, but also for this kind of high-up crossover SUV type vehicle with its elevated seating position and tons of versatility inside.
It's a very sporty design. I think it's still a very real-world car with the battery technology improving, and we're getting range that's really usable now, over 200 miles and over. So I think it will be really attractive for a lot of people.
But it's the ID Buzz, the microbus, that's really caught the public imagination. Now, Volkswagen, like all car companies nowadays, makes concepts that are heavy hints at their production plans. But I think even they must have been caught by surprise by how much love there is for this thing. You know, parked here on Venice Beach, you get people coming up talking about how it reminds them of that hippie-tastic 1960s microbus. So this one's going into production too, by 2022, apparently. And that's actually a very smart move, because the future of transportation is likely to be more about things like minibuses and shuttles running autonomously than it is about sleek sports cars.
Venice is known as Silicon Beach these days because the tech companies have moved in, but it is still hippie weird too, so really it's the perfect place to test drive the ID Buzz, which nicely blends those two elements.
Welcome to the future, I guess, where steering wheels are no longer round and where there are no buttons in cars, kind of like the Tesla Model 3 in this concept. There's just one tablet-like screen in the middle, and that is it. So these are all the controls we have at our disposal for this drive.
Sadly, the Buzz isn't quite road legal, so my cruising was curtailed by my police escort, shutting down just enough pavement for me to get up to speed and then turn around.
It's odd driving with this square steering wheel. It's a very different experience, but I guess in the future, if vehicles are more and more autonomous and dealing with more and more of the driving themselves as opposed to the driver doing it, then the steering wheel becomes less important.
But you know what? I felt and I looked pretty damn cool in this machine that is entirely electric, so nearly silent and pretty zippy. It's enough to satisfy your inner hippie.
Very short drives, but still enough to put a grin on your face.
Each of these 3 concept vehicles will see significant changes before they hit the sales floor. Designers play around with futuristic ideas like steering wheels that disappear when the car is driving itself in concepts like the Crozz here. Or seats that swivel around when the people up front aren't in charge anymore, like in the Buzz. Although these also make a good living room in a less autonomous future, because you can use them for camping. The center console slides back to become a coffee table. VW will be entering a crowded electric car market by the early 2020s. There's Tesla's Model 3, Chevy's Bolt, the Nissan Leaf, and new Audis, BMWs and Jaguars up at the higher end. But VW's North America electric chief promises the final designs of these cars will be practical and affordable.
We want to provide the people's car, and the people's car needs to have a people's price.
By the time the cars go on sale, hopefully there'll be enough electric chargers too to allow long-distance travel with full EVs. Until then, I'm just going to enjoy my half-mile dash.